Hey, what's up everybody? D Amazing bringing another review. This time is of the SH Figuarts Gouki, aka Akuma. For those who don't know, Akuma is called Gouki in Japan. So please don't debate it because it is what it is. That's the fact. So let's get started. This is SHF's rendition, aka Bandai's rendition, of Gouki. Now that Storm has done their version, it appears that Bandai is now not just done the Street Fighter V stuff, but they are going to pursue the overall just Street Fighter license in general. So it's pretty dope because they're doing a more classic rendition of him, as you can clearly see here. My only gripe that I've seen like right out of the box is that I think that he's a little too glossy. So I'm probably going to hit him with some flat coat because I don't like the whole gloss look on him. It makes it look like he's been sweating through his pores and he hasn't cleaned up after himself. Not a big fan of that. But overall, body-wise, the look, it's kind of like Ryu, but a little bit better. One of the things that I really enjoyed is the fact that they didn't do the undershirt thing like they did with Ryu. Akuma's body is different. It's slightly more muscular. The wraps around the hand, the gi, the body is bigger. I'm really feeling it. I think that this has been one of those things where he's captured pretty well. Not perfectly, but he is captured really, really well. And as you can see, the demonic eyes, the look, the black wash on the hair, everything about it is just done really well, with the exception that, as you can see, even under light, just a little too glossy. Because even here on the chest, it's not that glossy. It's just light, kind of going over it. But the arms, the face, just a little too much. Even on the hands, just way too glossy. Now, in terms of articulation, let's get to it. Real quick, he's on the SH Figuarts fighting body, which is designed for Street Fighter and the Kinnikuman line. So there's a butterfly joint that allows Akuma to pretty much forward his arms, like rotate his arms forward with the butterfly joints, rotate him backwards, have a secret bicep swivel, and a forearm swivel that allows him to rotate all the way around. Joints on the peg, the standard SHF stuff. Now, as far as ab crunch, just like Ryu, you don't have the ab crunch that's originally technically in the body, but they actually added one for Akuma that's both here and in the chest. So it actually rotates a little better. If you take the gi off, you can obviously do both. Actually, let me see if I could just do that without breaking him. Yep, did it. So as you can see here, there's a joint that's under and a joint that's here. So I'm pretty sure you can take off the gi, but I don't want to go through all of that. That's a lot of work. And this is a separate piece as well. So let me just fix that and snap this bad boy back in. Hopefully, I don't kill myself or my toy. So let's see how that works out. There we go. Now, as far as leg articulation, it actually separates and folds down really, really well. You actually have great ankle pivot, which rotates on the 360 degree without any stipulation. There's also toe pivot as well. So for a guy with sandals on, he can pretty much do whatever it is that he wants to do. He can do hurricane kicks. He can do his downward kick, where he pretty much kicks you in the head. And then he can also crouch really, really well for his stance of doing Metsu Hadouken or the Metsu Shoryuken, or even just charging stances. As you can see, Gouki is actually a huge improvement over Ryu. Now, Ryu was done really well, but Gouki's done even better. So I'm really feeling this. You can actually do a ton of stuff, even with the head movement. You can bob his head. And for those of you that may not like the beads, you can actually take them off, as you see I've done here. So, but I don't like the look of the neck. It makes it look just way too naked. So I'm going to put that back on. Oop. Now to change Gouki's faces, what you do is you pretty much just peel it off. And you have two other faces. These two faces are the grit and teeth face, and the face where he's looking more towards the side. So when he turns his back and things like that, it's pretty cool. I'm going to put on his angry grit face. You can see the intensity in the face. It actually, I like this look. I like it a lot. So overall, right now, I'm liking this way more than Ryu, and I liked Ryu a lot. But the Gouki's actually really nailing it for me. Obviously, the gi is soft plastic, so that's something you'll may have to warm up here and there. Now, as far as hands go, you don't get a lot of that. You get closed fists, you get Hadouken hands, and you get these, which are more like creative stance hands if you want to change his stance like he did in later games. These are hands you can use for that. But You only get 3 sets of hands. You don't get a ton of stuff. You can also move his rope tie. His rope tie makeshift belt. He also comes with a Mitsuharu Key, which is made really nicely. It's just a purple clear version of Ryu's Hadouken. You can actually take it off the peg as well. You can attach it to a Tamashi stage or any other type of stage like Saint Seiya stuff. This is really cool. But I like that they're including this kind of stuff for all us collectors. They're giving us what we want. Hopefully, we'll be happy about it. If not, you complain enough, maybe you'll get some changes. But yeah, I like it a lot. Now, in terms of size comparison, now, Gouki is actually bigger than Ryu, the way he should be. And I'm really feeling that. It's not all the same size stuff. For those that thought that Ryu was just a tad bit too small, at least they've heard you guys out and said, you know what? How can we make this better? We'll make Gouki bigger. Bigger body, bigger guy. He's actually bigger. He's not that much bigger, but it's big enough that it's very noticeable when you compare these two together. And that's really cool. He even has bigger muscles. Look at that. So overall, Gouki next to other figures though. Here he is next to Killy. He's actually bigger than him. Here he is next to DC Icons Nightwing. He's actually bigger than him. Wow. Did not see that coming actually. Because it's an SHF, I thought that it would be smaller. Here is Gouki next to a 1000 toy synthetic human. He looks significantly bigger, but he's not. He's just bigger. Here he is next to a Kamen Rider Kuga Shukek. Here he is next to an Articulated Icons Ninja. Shout out to the Foosh guys. Man, I love you guys. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Claw. Wow, hold up. He's actually in scale with Marvel Legends. And for those that know me, that's actually really funny. So yeah, he's on the par with Legends. He looks really good next to Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat figures. So that's actually really dope. Did not see that coming. I like this more and more. Next up, we have Frank Castle, the man, the myth, the legend. He's actually in a really good scale with him. He's not around the same size, but he's big enough so that he just looks good next to him. That's really dope. Now, next up, the thing I do want to compare is that this is going to be next to the Storm Collectibles Gouki. And the thing about it, it's a different version of himself. One is from Street Fighter V. This one is from Street Fighter. And the other thing I want to point out is that Storm is clearly more 1/10 scale than they are 1/12 scale. But man, oh man, does he tower over him, his other version of himself. It's crazy. But overall, I really like both. Like, I didn't think I would like the Lion Mane on Street Fighter V Gouki, but it's actually really, really dope. But I really enjoy the Street Fighter one as well, because it actually nails different points of articulation that I like to get across. So either way, I'm definitely keeping both at this point. I was just going to get one, but I'm definitely keeping both at this point. Especially because Storm definitely nails the accuracy and detail of a Street Fighter V rendition. So I'm definitely keeping both. I think I've covered just about everything. I didn't think that would be over so fast. But in the meantime, guys, be good, do good, continue to drink your water. I hope you found this very helpful. Hope you're going out and buying all the toys you want. Peace. Be good. Later.